You know, it's funny. I may be the Spanish Civil War king, but that title is sorta inaccurate. As when it comes to Spain, I pretty much exclusively play Republican Spain on this channel, and I don't see a king ruling them. But why is this? Why is it that the last time I played the Nationalists on this channel was all the way back in 2021, with One King, Two Crowns NSB edition? Well, that is what we're going to be talking about today. Let's begin. It's their prep. Oh god, Nationalist Spain's prep. Alright, before we get into this, I do need to say this. I do have other problems with the Nationalists, but this is my main one. So, let's take it from the top. The main thing I want to accomplish in Nationalist Spain's prep is to get control of Eastern Aragon and Catalonia. This is so it messes up the anarchist spawn, making pushing the Republicans and them easier. Okay? So, what's the problem? The opposition. As many of you will know, when you expand into states, the opposition will try to counter you, which is fair enough, but my main problem is the fact that these guys can do things that I, the player, cannot. What do I mean by this? Well, it's simple. If you replicated what these guys did as the Republicans, you would almost inevitably run out of political power, meaning they shouldn't be able to do things like concessions to the left, expand influence, and so on. But yet, they do. So, why is this? Well, having spoken to Hoi4's devs, it turns out the opposition is not a real AI. Yeah, I'm surprised too, I thought they were. But they're just a script, basically, that responds to my actions. So if I expand, they expand. But it's still infuriating. I don't care if it's just a script, an AI, anything. It shouldn't be able to do what it does. I have had so many Nationalist games fall apart before they even start because these guys have managed to get one final decision on Eastern Aragon, Catalonia, and I don't get control of the state. I need all 3 ticks to actually get it. I won't lie to you guys, I have argued with the devs over this because I disagree over this implementation. I think it should be changed. And while yes, a recent patch did have a little change to it, I still think there's room for improvement. But whatever, I could seriously rant and rave on this all day, but I don't think anyone would want to watch that. So, let's proceed. There is a way to play around this, and it's called distraction. So the thing we're going to do is to get 1 tick into Valencia, then 2 ticks into Eastern Aragon. Eventually the opposition will go for this tick in Valencia, and then we'll get another tick in Valencia, and we'll go back and forth until we get all 3 ticks in these states. And there we go, the Republicans, quote unquote, have fallen for the trap. Nice. Okay, here comes probably the most important part of Nationalist Spain's prep, the final decision. So, from experience, I've learned that it's actually better to wait a few extra days for the Republicans' decision to finish, so this will mean the Civil War starts a few days later, but it could give us just enough time to expand into states should these guys do something that they really shouldn't. So, just gonna wait out these 5 extra days and then I'll do my final decision. And expand into Catalonia, please. And I called it! And I called it! They expanded when they really shouldn't have. I'm not surprised, but it's still rather annoying. We have exactly 28 days left, which is just enough for 2 more state expansions. See, this is why I waited. If I didn't wait, I would have been screwed because of this cheating. Took me a long time to figure that out, but goddamn am I glad to have this knowledge. And just safe. Screw you, opposition. Oh, and look, they expanded again. The only way that the quote-unquote Republicans would be able to do this would be if they weren't doing a focus at all. Ridiculous. Here we go. Let's just play safe and do the Nationalists. And there we go. Perfect. Right. The Nationalist Civil War is actually relatively simple. The first thing we're going to do is to take the north. So let's gather up a load of divisions, plus the Army of Africa, 18 sounds about right, and have them take it. If things go perfectly, we might be able to walk into Oviedo and Bilbao. For the remaining divisions, we're just going to put them on the front line. I might try and grab a few extra tars at the start of the Civil War, because I can. I know some of you might be expecting me to start speedrunning the Nationalist Civil War, but I have no desire to. It's just not the same as doing it as the Republicans. The Republicans don't actually have to cover that much. Compared to the Nationalists, where they have to scramble a load of units all over Spain, which actually gives us opportunity to get into victory points quickly. It's just not the same. I just don't think there's a good speedrun to do. But hey, there's still a civil war to win, so I guess that's something. Okay, what's the status of Oviedo and Bilbao? There's a unit in Oviedo, but it might want to leave. Yep, I was right. So we'll just go there instead. What about Bilbao? What's happening there? Yep, units leaving too. So we'll let them leave and then we walk it in. They're giving us Madrid for free. I'm not going to complain about that. I will take that happily. That's unusual. Well, that's a very rare thing for us, but I won't complain. But because there is a unit on Toledo, the Alcazar is still not safe. For our first offensive, yeah, looks like Asturias to me. And there goes the Asturias pocket. I see no need to associate 19 divisions for just one division, so let's do a little reorganisation. There we go, 10 divisions. Most of these other divisions will go to the front line, but these 10 divisions will get another job. What is that? Well, it's quite simple. A naval invasion. Oh yes. I swear, naval invasions are like the most forgotten thing about the Spanish Civil War. People just don't seem to do them, despite the fact it makes your life so much easier if you do. So, we will. We're going to go for the south of Spain and try and push north. This should break the Republican lines quite a bit, and should make pushing a hell of a lot easier. Okay, everyone is in position. Let's go. Oh, just need to put the Navy on strike force. Minor mistake, but easy solution. Let's go. Oh, and what do you know? A lot of it isn't even defended. Perfect. And like I said, let's begin to push up. Let's go. God damn it, the AI managed to quickly move a unit in because of course it did. But because... oh, no, never mind, I thought they were going to move that unit out. That is unfortunate, but nothing I can do about that now. Huh, and I was right. The Republicans have scrambled. They have left some of these towers over here just completely empty. And now we can just go for the encirclement and stuff. Which is even better because they actually did an offensive here. Nice. Get rid of that unit. Oh, big surprise. There's an AI unit here. Who didn't see that coming? And there we go. We've completely cut off this bit of Spain. Perfect. I think we can call this naval invasion a complete success. Oh, and what do you know? There's another gap right here. And another one. See, that's the power of the naval invasion. For our next offensive, I think it should be Madrid. Come on, and there we go. We've got Toledo. We actually managed to save the Alcazar. And we got Franco for free. Nice. That's another thing that I actually haven't done in a long time. Actually kind of surprised. How many divisions is that? It's looking like 14 divisions in the Madrid pocket. Nice. Probably one of the best encirclements I've ever gotten in the SCW. I was hoping to preserve some manpower, but yeah, it looks like I'm going to close it, aren't I? Okay, surely Valencia will be defended this time. Why am I even surprised? Our next offensive definitely has to be down here. I mean, look at it. What a mess. And there's also 13 victory points down here. Finally. This naval invasion has lasted probably like half a year or something. Let's close this damn pocket. And we're actually going to close it here because Malaga doesn't actually have an offensive. And with that, we trapped 4 divisions or so. Does that do it? Yes. Nice. We didn't even get an anarchist uprising in the end. How ironic. Well, what do you know? We're done. No, seriously, because we're playing the Nationalists, the Carlists won't rise up, and our civil war is pretty much done. In the past, I would have tried to stretch out the civil war to get things like Lend-Lease, maximise things like conscription, but nowadays I don't actually see a need to do that. With things like the international market and a load of other things, I think the best way to play is just to finish the civil war as soon as possible and just rebuild. And there we go. The civil war is through. And with it, there goes a load of our cores. So, what do we do now? And that brings me on to my other big problem with the Nationalists. I just don't think there's anything to really do with them. Seriously, what is there to do now? Invade the UK? Oh, I've done that many times. Invade Portugal? I'm non-aligned, I can't do that. Retake the New World? Maybe, but I've done that as Portugal. I just don't see the need. There's nothing, in my opinion, that the Nationalists offer that's compelling. It's boring. At least with the Republicans, I can grind out the Civil War. That's exciting to me. Trying to get it lower, lower, and lower. That's fun. Again, sure, I could do that for the Nationalists, but goddamn do I really not want to. With Nationalists, the only thing I can talk about is why I don't like them. Which is probably not a good sign, is it? So, until next time everybody, thank you for watching, do hope you've enjoyed it, and until we meet again, from me, Bubbles Zest. Goodbye.